So we have brand new information about Call of Duty 2019 that I think is going to make most of us happy. I do want to remind you before we get into this, with a lot of these, you do need to take it with a grain of salt because a lot of this is stuff that they literally say year after year after year. It helps them promote Call of Duty games. It's literally only there to get the investors excited about the next game. And the more happy that they keep these investors, the more happy that they keep people who are giving Activision money, the better it is in the long run because it makes the company stay afloat. It makes them look a lot better. So make sure that you're not taking some of this too seriously, especially when they talk about this possibly being the greatest Call of Duty of all time. They say this year after year, but we did get a lot of information that I think we do need to cover because it is important, and I think it's going to lead us to a conclusion that I think most OG Call of Duty fans are going to extremely enjoy. So for those of you who don't know, Call of Duty has an investor call with Activision every single year where they call the investors and they give them a little bit of details about the newest Call of Duty title. These usually aren't anything major. They don't say, reveal the name of the next game. They don't reveal what time period it's going to take place in most of the time. Basically, it's a big phone call where they hype up the investors while giving a few details that then get leaked and make the Call of Duty fans like myself go insane, right? So this year, obviously, we got a call and it is going to lead a lot of us into the conclusion that we will be seeing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. We're going to go ahead and start getting into these details, talking about them, what they possibly could be, and why these might just be things we need to take with a grain of salt, okay? So I am going to go ahead and give some oversight and commentary on a lot of these points. That way, don't get way too excited and jump for joy out of your shoes over something that might not matter at all. So during this investor call, they gave a few details about the next Call of Duty game that is rumored and, well, pretty much guaranteed, honestly, to be being made by Infinity Ward. That's part of the cycle. Why would they break it now? But the most interesting little tidbit that they did say is that the game is rooted in franchise history. Okay, now that quote alone, think about it for a second. What other franchise has Infinity Ward made that is deeply rooted in the franchise history? And then on top of that, what franchise actually brought Call of Duty to prominence in the first place? Ghosts didn't see a second game because it wasn't enjoyed by a pretty good significant chunk of the fan base. Infinite Warfare is probably the most disliked Call of Duty video game of all time. I don't know why I said Call of Duty video game. That was extremely weird, and I apologize for that, but the game is rooted in franchise history. Modern Warfare is basically the series that really started it all for the franchise. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare is widely considered one of the best shooters of all time. It kind of kick-started the Call of Duty fan base. Modern Warfare 2 is considered the best Call of Duty game of all time, one of the greatest shooters of all time. Started pretty much the hype on YouTube and on the internet, and really significantly, I guess, established Call of Duty as a game. Modern Warfare 3 is the best-selling Call of Duty game of all time. And what have all of these rumors and all of the speculation and all of these little teasers and stuff all been kind of pointing towards? What have industry insiders been saying for weeks? Everything was already pointing to a Modern Warfare 4, but this right here almost confirms it straight up. They said that they have high expectations for this game. They're extremely excited for it and what it represents, but they also think that for some reason it will not sell as much as Black Ops 4. People are so excited that they're sending me PlayStation messages. I'm actually not kidding about that. So pretty much both of these statements really kind of lead us to believe that it's Modern Warfare 4, but the thing is that I don't understand. Why would they ever think that Modern Warfare 4 would not outsell Black Ops 4? I mean, everyone loves Modern Warfare. It's pretty much the fan favorite series, that and Black Ops, obviously. There's no way that this game is not going to outsell Black Ops 4, especially since Black Ops 4's sales were actually lower in the second half of this quarter than they expected. I just don't see Modern Warfare 4 getting beaten sales by Black Ops 4. I just don't think that can happen, especially, and we're going to go ahead and throw the MW2R word in there, but especially if they throw in Modern Warfare 2 Remastered alongside it. Now here's one of these things that we need to take with a grain of salt. The CEO, or the CFO, not the CEO, the Chief Financial Officer, said that the new Call of Duty game that the team is building is believed by themselves to be the greatest Call of Duty ever made. But see, here's the thing about that. They say this pretty much every single year. They might not say it verbatim, but they basically say this every single year. It's a great way for them to sell brand new games. They're trying to hype up their investors. They are always going to think that the newest Call of Duty is the greatest COD that they've ever made, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's what it's going to be. And to be honest, it's going to be hard for a Modern Warfare 4 to just come out and beat, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. It's going to be hard for that to be done, but it is possible. But in reality, this is just another one of those statements that you need to take with a pinch of salt. I mean, obviously Activision is going to get a lot out of getting their investors to believe this is the best Call of Duty game of all time, so I wouldn't just go out and be like, oh, this is going to be the greatest COD of all time. You're never going to be able to hold that accountable, at least until the game comes out, and then on top of that, like I said, it's a marketing ploy. The CEO of Activision Blizzard also said that in the 10 years that he's seen Call of Duty games be developed, which would lead back to about Modern Warfare 2, he's never seen so much excitement between all of the studios for a new Call of Duty game. That personally, to me, makes me think that we're going to see a Modern Warfare 4, because why else would like Treyarch and Sledgehammer, the people who have been around for a little bit here in Call of Duty, why would they be excited for any game that isn't Modern Warfare 4, a game that basically is going to bolster the legacy of Call of Duty, a game that fans have been waiting for a long time, you know what I'm saying? Why would they just, if they were making, say, Infinite Warfare 2, why would they be so excited? Same thing with the Ghosts 2, okay, but even then, the other details don't really match up with the Ghosts 2, so obviously this is another statement you should take with a grain of salt, because once again, even if this is true, that doesn't really mean anything. That doesn't mean that this is going to be the greatest Call of Duty game of all time. It doesn't mean that it's going to be an awesome game, or that it even really is going to live up to the legacy of the first 3 Modern Warfare titles, but this is yet again another ploy to investors to get them to believe that all the studios are on board and they're all excited about this new game, because they're trying to sell, I guess, that like team mentality, you know? All of the studios love this new game, it's going to have to be good, right? Because in reality, all the studios kind of compete with one another, so if they're all excited, it's got to be a great game. It's going to have to sell really well. Investors are going to get their money back, you know? That's one of those things you kind of have to look at. I see a lot of people are excited because of these comments. You kind of have to relax when things like this are said. But I have 3 more details that I want to share with you that are going to be massive, guys. And I mean massive. And this is another reason I believe Modern Warfare 4 is coming this year. Anyways, Call of Duty 2019 is guaranteed to have a campaign that was confirmed during the investor call today. I can hear the sigh of relief from all of the fans listening to this right now, but on top of that, it will have a large multiplayer mode and a new co-op experience, okay? So now that we know it's going to have a campaign, obviously it could be Ghosts or it could be Infinite Warfare, but with all the other details kind of coming into play, I don't think that would be the case. The fact that it's coming back to campaign personally makes me believe that we will be seeing Modern Warfare 4 regardless. Now, this large multiplayer mode has been speculated to be a Battle Royale mode. I don't necessarily think it's going to be a Battle Royale. I think if they were actually going to try and really please investors, they would have just straight out said it was a Battle Royale if it was Battle Royale. Because, I mean, look at Apex Legends, look at Blackout, look at PUBG, look at all these other games, Fortnite. Those make money. If you really want to get those investors hyped, you say that there's a Battle Royale. And people are like, well, they wouldn't just come out and say it's a Battle Royale. That would spoil it. Well, they came out and said there was going to be a campaign. So if there was going to be, you know, campaign guaranteed, why wouldn't they guarantee a Battle Royale and make the investors happy and hype people up more? Personally, I think we might be seeing something like War come back from like World War II. I think we might see something along those lines, but in a modern setting, that would be pretty awesome. But at the end of the day, we don't know. It could be another Battle Royale, which honestly, personally, I don't think they would try to compete with Blackout by doing that, but this new co-op experience is kind of confusing to me. I don't know what they mean by this. Personally, that leads me to believe that Spec Ops would be returning, but that's not really a new co-op experience unless they kind of just misworded that or something. But I would love to see Spec Ops come back. I don't know if you guys played Survival from Modern Warfare 3. That was awesome, but on top of that, who doesn't remember the missions in Modern Warfare 2 and in Modern Warfare 3 and of course the Mile High Club one from Modern Warfare 4, or Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, I should say. These were awesome, and I think it would be a refreshing change, really, from zombies. I don't see them putting zombies into a Modern Warfare game, but maybe we'll get Spec Ops and a new co-op experience. That would be kind of cool. I'm really interested to see what this actually means, and keep in mind, this is confirmed information from the investor call. These things are going to happen, so honestly, I can't wait to see what this means. I can't wait to see if this means there will be a Battle Royale, if Spec Ops is coming back, what the campaign is going to be based on. But when it comes down to it, this is all of the brand new details from that investor call with Activision about the newest Call of Duty title. I think that a lot of these things need to be taken with a grain of salt, especially when they're talking about it maybe being the best COD of all time, and all the studios are so excited and all that it's going to maybe sell less than Black Ops 4. But I think the thing that we really missed out on in this whole call was them saying anything about a possibility of Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. Now, I don't know if they would hold that out just because they don't want the secret kind of to be spoiled. They didn't confirm it being Modern Warfare 4, so that would make sense that they wouldn't say, hey, we have a remastered Modern Warfare coming with this game, but I don't know if that should be worrying or not, you know? I don't know if that means that there's not going to be one, or they just don't want to say it too early. So that's something that I think you should note. But some of this information is confirmed, and it's something that you should, I guess, get excited about if it excites you, or be mad about if it makes you mad. Do keep in mind that with most of this information, we don't know for sure what it's going to be yet. This is mostly speculation, but in reality, when you logically think about it, everything seems to point back to a possible Modern Warfare 4 game. Don't get your hopes too high and everything. I would wait, especially to get super hyped up about all of this information when Modern Warfare 4 gets revealed. I'm excited to hear some of these things. They definitely intrigue me, but I'm trying not to get my hopes too high, because at the end of the day, in the Call of Duty franchise, when you get your hopes too high, that's when they mess it up the worst. But I'd love to know what you guys think about this whole thing down below, so make sure to tell me, would you like to see a Modern Warfare 4? Are you mad that it's possibly Modern Warfare 4? Are you waiting on Modern Warfare 2 Remastered? Do you think it's all stupid and screw Call of Duty? Let me know down below, but thank you guys for watching this video. If you did enjoy, as always, make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe if you're brand new around here on my channel. I think you can tell by my voice in this video that I'm pretty excited about all this, man. I'm excited to see what the next Call of Duty is going to be about. I'm hoping it's going to be good. I'm hoping that I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm hoping that it's going to be Modern Warfare 4. I love this time of year, especially because all the teasers and everything come through. And it almost feels like putting together a puzzle, really, to go through all of this and to kind of decipher what's going on, and then to, of course, get the big reveal and everything. I hope you guys are excited too, but I am. I'm kind of hyped up. I'm waiting for the next 2 or 3 months to get that reveal and everything to go down. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at @SubToOptimus. I post memes, thoughts, and updates over there. It is a surefire way to get brand new notifications of all my newest content. I would also like to thank you guys for 10,000 subscribers on the channel recently. The channel's been exploding recently, so it's been kind of hard for me to keep up with all the milestones. I think we're over 13,000 now, but nonetheless, the channel's been doing great, and that's all due to you guys. Much thanks to you. I've been enjoying making videos on this channel. I'm glad I started going back to this channel. But until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, waiting on Modern Warfare 4, and signing out.